Hi guys, my name's Charlie. I'm going to do an air filter replacement on my 2014 w212 e63 AMG. I'm doing this largely because I couldn't find a video when I was looking for it, so I thought I would make one. It's pretty straightforward, but always helpful to have a little guide. I'm going to be doing a few videos about the car, stuff I'm going to do to it, planning on a remap, and going to put in a limited slip diff at some point, and I'll sort of throw in some opinion about things. I've come from BMWs. I think I've had 11 BMWs over the last few years, so going to Mercedes was a bit of a leap, but obviously if you are looking at this video, you know why I did. But anyway, let's have a look. Okay, so here's the engine bay, obviously. First thing we're going to do is just take off the center cover for the engine. I've popped it off already just for the sake of ease, but it's really important that when you do, the two clips at the front, here and here, and then there's, if we look at the back here, clips here, here, and here, and here. And the little metal bits can pop off if you're not careful and end up sort of falling down here, which is a right pain, hence why I've taken it off already. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off these covers here and here, and again, really easy. We just pop off in the middle, and then there's two of those little clips at the sides. Another one here. Pop it off in the middle, and then that. When you put these back on, you'll notice this little knob, for want of a better word, there that goes in there, and it's a really easy way to line it up. You just pop it on there, and then it just clips back in. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start on the right hand side. We're going to loosen off this screw and this screw, make sure those clamps are nice and loose, and then we're going to pull off this hose here. It pops off quite easy. Okay, so we're just going to loosen these off all the way, obviously, so that's nice and loose, and then this just pulls up. So there's two clips at the bottom. Ease it out. There's a sensor plugged into the back of it, so just be careful not to touch that. Don't put it out. That just comes out there nice and easy. You turn it over and leave it there. So we've got that off. Just taken off the pipes, nice and easy. The next thing to do is there's 4 torque screws, T25 they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to undo those, and that will give us the air filter housing, and we can have a look inside. So T25 Torx bit. You just get a screwdriver, and in here you just pry this gently open. Obviously I've done this not long ago, so it's kind of loose. You might have to pry a tiny bit. So now that stays there. See, that's nice and clean. And on the other side we have the filter. I'm just going to take this old filter out. Car's done 50,000 miles. I don't actually know when the last time the filter was changed. I'm not sure where that comes in the intervals, but you can see it's not too bad, not too grubby, but a fair bit of grub in here. So yeah, like you can see in there, fair bit of gunk. So I'm gonna actually just get a cloth and clean this all out. When you do this, if you're cleaning it out with any kind of liquid, make sure it's 100% dry before you put it all back together. Okay, you can see that's nice and clean now. Just gone over it with the damp cloth and then wipes it all dry. I'm not going to put it straight back on just because I'm going to leave it to just air dry 100% whilst we look at the other side. So we've got that housing still there. That's fine, leave that as it is. Next thing we're going to do is just the opposite, the reverse basically. I'm going to pop this hose off here that just pops straight off, loosen off this screw, that's going to pop out, that's going to pop out, and we'll loosen off the torque screws again and just do the same thing. So yeah, let's have a look. Just loosen both of these off. You don't really that off. There is a wire attached here, sensors. So just you don't have to take them off, but just be aware of them. Pop this up from the back. Pops up there. Ease it out of the hose here, and then just turn it over like that. And then again we've got the torque screws here, and then one at the back here that we're going to loosen off. Take the screwdriver, pop it in here, ease that up. Feel it give way a little bit. That should now come off. Okay, so it's come off there. Just lift that carefully off so you don't get any of that dust in. So here's the other side. Again, a little bit of stuff that looks like a bit of moisture's been in there at some point, but anyway, I'm just going to clean that one up as well, and then we'll chuck the new filters in and put it all back together. Right, next we're going to put in the new air filters. I've got K&N ones. I'm under no illusion that they're going to create an extra 50 horsepower or anything like that, but they are clean them instead of just chucking out the old ones, and I guess that's a good thing. Plus I have heard that when you get a tune done, a remap done, that it's they're quite helpful to have then, and you sort of get more from them with a remap. So that's why I've got these. I looked at the alternatives, I can't remember what the make is, BMC or something like that, and I don't know, read a few funny things about them falling apart a bit, and price was probably a little bit better for the K&N, so I just went with these, much for muchness I suppose. I've already opened that, so just take it out, and that just fits, pops in there nice and easy. Squish it in, it's all nicely oiled up. And there we go, that's good to go. So I'm gonna take this, put it back on the cart, and then we'll do the other side, fire it up. All right guys, so this is just gonna go straight back on here. I'm just gonna nip these torque screws up. Okay, that's good to go. So this is the bottom of the air filter housing. We've got two clips here, and you have this little knob here. So when you turn it over, the knob is going to go in that little hole. These two clips, this one and this one, are going to go on here and here. That's what they clip onto. It just, again, pretty straightforward. And then once that's in place, we're going to reattach this hose and this one and tighten it all up. Just be careful with that sensor at the back again. You don't want to loosen that. So get that roughly in place. Ease it gently in. Kind of got to put this in first, so that you can then manoeuvre it into place. So that's popped in. And you can see in here where the little knob is, you can line that up with the hole, so you sort of scooch it back in, make sure it's in there properly. Yeah, that's popped in nicely. Pop that in there, and then that will just clip back in, and that's done. Tighten these up. Snug. Good. Just pop the filter in, ready to pop back on the car. Right guys, so don't forget about the wires on this side. Obviously you don't want to pull any of those off. Just put this back on here. Make sure it's in the right place, all lined up. This is the same as the other side, obviously, where you've got two clips here and this little knob that's going to fit into this hole. So I'm just going to turn it back over. Let's check that's all lined up. Good. First, squeeze that down. Knobs in the right place. Clip it in. Push that back on. These can tear, so just be careful with that. That's all fine. Tighten. These are all nipped up properly. Good. Put these little covers back on now. So yeah, little knob there, hole there, and that up. Same on this side, knob here, goes in there. Just clips on. You get the main cover there. Good. So there we go. It's all covered up. Special thanks, and obviously my apologies to Jonas for messing around with his engine. So we're just going to go fire it up. Nice induction sound there as well. So that's all sorted.